Good afternoon. We start your 4 to 5 with developing news out of Buckingham Palace. Queen Elizabeth II has died at the age of 96.
The royal family says she died peacefully at her residence in Scotland, ending the term of the longest reigning monarch. Princes William, Edward, and Andrew were with her when she passed. They joined the heir to the throne, King Charles, and Queen Consort, who were already there.
Just yesterday, Queen Elizabeth met with the Prime Minister, her last official duty before her death, keeping up with her legacy of business first. Even into her 90s, Queen Elizabeth II kept up her royal duties. She became the longest reigning monarch in British history in 2015.
Inevitably, a long life can pass by many milestones. My own is no exception.
At 25 years old, Elizabeth became queen. Millions watched the first ever televised crowning of a British monarch. Queen Elizabeth worked with more than a dozen British prime ministers, beginning with Winston Churchill, and was head of state in 15 other Commonwealth countries. A series of royal dramas marked her reign. Her son Andrew's high-profile marriage to Sarah Ferguson failed. And in 1992, her oldest son Charles separated from Princess Diana. That same year, the Queen watched part of Windsor Castle go up in flames, destroying millions in art and furniture.
1992 is not a year on which I shall look back with undiluted pleasure.
In 1997, a car crash in Paris killed Princess Diana, stunning the world. Many criticized the Queen for showing no emotion. More than a decade later, the Queen celebrated a royal wedding as her grandson, Prince William, married Kate Middleton. The couple gave the Queen 3 heirs to the throne. The Queen watched another tiny royal join the family after her youngest grandson, Prince Harry, married Meghan Markle. Just a few years later, the Queen lost her husband of 73 years. She called the death of Prince Philip a huge void in her life. For the first time in her reign, she walked alone. But she carried on, and at 96 years old, celebrated her Platinum Jubilee. The week of fanfare and festivities marked the Queen's 70 years on the British throne.
The Queen's successor is Charles, her oldest son. In a statement today, he wrote, "The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. We mourn profoundly the passing of cherished sovereign and a much-loved mother." In line for the throne behind King Charles is the Queen's grandson, Prince William. After that, it's Prince George, Prince William's oldest son.
Wow, 96 years of life. You know, this is a sad day for Britain and the world, but she's done so much for society. She's seen so many things and impacted so many people, and it's great to know that she was surrounded by her family during her last days.
During our editorial meeting this afternoon, we were discussing different angles of this story to cover. I think one of the most poignant was, this was a woman who was in charge for 70 years.
Yes.
And back in those days, I feel like, women in charge of countries was not happening all the time. It's just been incredible to see what she's been able to do over that long.
Yeah, she spanned so many generations. It's all we've pretty much known in our lifetime, our parents' lifetime. So it'll be interesting to see how her life is commemorated over the next several days and years to come.
I wanted to jump back in because one of the things that I've been noticing, and I've noticed this for decades, she's one of the most stoic, even. You never see very much emotion. And then I hate to say this, but watching The Crown really taught me a whole lot about that series. And she always her father always told her, you make steady decisions, don't show a lot of emotion. And boy, she lived that. It's interesting.
Yeah, Ben.
Even though this is happening an ocean away, take a look at this. Lots of folks right over here in North Carolina are still sending their prayers. Whether it's the fairy tale of kings and queens, or the fact that she has been such a big part of history on the throne for over 70 years, so many here at home feel a connection to the foreign leader. And she's got connections to North Carolina too. Get this, the Queen was even a Tar Heel fan.